Good afternoon. My name is Tyler Coufal, and this is my informative speech. I have a question for you all. How does New Zealand and American art tie into one? Thomas Merton was a French-born author born to a New Zealand father and an American mother who were both artists. He is arguably known as one of the most influential Catholic authors of the 20th century. After a rambunctious childhood, Thomas Merton converted to Roman Catholic Church in his 20s and eventually became a monk of one of the most strict monasteries in the world. The 27 years he spent in this position brought about profound self-understanding. This learning propelled him into his political position he held later in his life. Thomas Merton focused on three main areas of concentration, which are the peace movement of the 1960s, nonviolent civil rights movement, and the East and West dialogue. He met many famous people along the way and really goes under the radar when talking about peace in the world. My first topic is the peace movement of the 1960s. Thomas Merton believed in a new way of living. This goes along with the ideas of the 60s and the 70s of everybody getting along and everybody being happy. He thought that nonviolent interaction could be achieved in all parts of human being. The thoughts of talking peace, though, were a busy subject in the midst of the Cold War still looming around, and on the trail to the Vietnam War in the late 60s and early 70s, and many people did not believe an idea of peace of being anywhere possible. He proposed a need for a movement called the Catholic Peace Movement that moved away from things such as the Selective Service Draft. This movement wasn't to try and rally against the war with protests and riots. However, it was an attempt to try to make people think differently between war and peace, and to help them understand that peace is better than war. Another thing that led to this way of thinking for Merton was an epiphany he had while walking in downtown Louisville one day in Kentucky. During this time, Merton said a light shined on him, and he realized that he loved all people, and that all people should love each other, even if they are strangers. That God basically shines His light through everyone, and that the world can be a better place if everyone loved each other. He dreamed of a world with respect for each other in regards to the human race, which leads us to another crucial belief of his. The second topic we're going to talk about today is Thomas Merton also believed that the civil rights movement was an important key to the biblical part of American history and should be done so in a peaceful and nice manner. Merton marched and preached besides the likes of Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Flannery O'Connor for civil rights and equality of the black race. These people, as you know, are an influential part of the civil rights movement in America, and Thomas Merton was behind them in the shadows the whole way. He kind of led to the idea of this peaceful civil rights movements, and tried to make people understand that riots and fights were not the way, but peaceful talks and cooperation were. Merton wrote a letter called Letters to the White Liberal, which shook the political houses of both Republicans and Democrats in the 60s, and it paralleled Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from Birmingham jail, and they both showed each other's ideology and beliefs of a peaceful nation that got along with all races, no matter skin color or beliefs. He also revealed his religious and civil rights beliefs in his eulogy for Flannery O'Connor. He paired this with a nonviolent belief to trying to unite the two races. Thomas Merton also began to break the divide between Western and Eastern religion. Near the end of his life, Merton left America to try to understand and practice Buddhism. Not that he converted to Buddhism, but he wanted to be able to guide people through Christianity and Buddhism, and thought the two religions could make a happy medium. The idea of peace is still a huge topic. Now, to conclude, the idea of peace is still a huge topic that is debated around the world today. We always strive for a peaceful way, but nobody will ever be it. Thomas Merton was a diamond in the rough. He truly understands Christianity and peace, and is one that has a big impact on American history. Thank you.